right, looks good, huh? So I made the quinoa last night. So this is cold, and I like it like that. You can do it warm if you like. Green onions, tomato, avocado, blueberries, cucumber, and fresh sage. And pinto beans I had left over. And that's it. I'll mix it up in a minute. And I may or may not, because I do love it like this. I may put, I forgot I had this in the refrigerator. It's probably over a year, but I tasted it. It still tastes good. It's a vegan, came with my vegan pot stickers, and there's, it's vegan sauce and everything. It's a pot sticker sauce, so it's sort of like not soy and it's sort of not like teriyaki. It's kind of like an in-betweener that tastes like that. So I may drizzle some of that on. It's really, really strong flavor and salty. So I may go a little, or I may just leave it. But I taste it ahead of time, and the sage will go good with it. So you can do this any other way you want. You don't have to use sage. I use mandarin oranges in it. That works really well. What else have I used? Red bell pepper, green bell pepper. That works really good. Normally I don't put beans in it unless I'm doing like a warm dish or something. I can usually do it with beans because I use beans, quinoa, as a burrito, and I flavor it meat style, so you can do it like that. But this is nice and fresh and really good. I'm trying to think, there's nothing else in there, right? So the blueberries worked well. I tasted it a little bit just to see how that would go. So mandarin oranges, blueberries. I think I might even use grapefruit slices one time. Strawberries work good. I actually like the blueberries with all this. Tastes really good. So that's just a nice fresh quinoa salad. Just non-GMO and organic when you can. I'm starting to grow my food. Well, I have been growing it, but it goes up and down in stages. And I just got the indoor system about a month and a half ago. So I'm waiting on the peppers, and tomatoes are just getting going again. The peppers are probably a couple weeks out before they're ripe. Strawberries are starting, so I should have about 15 to 18 strawberries in the next week or two. And lettuces are ready to go, but I didn't need lettuce in this tonight. And some other great stuff. Maybe I'll show you that real briefly. But and I got cucumbers starting as well as that. So let's see some of this stuff. The blueberries organic, cucumbers organic, onion organic, the quinoa and the beans organic, non-GMO. The avocado and tomato aren't. And was there anything else? Oh, and the sage was organic and non-GMO. Because I bought it from my little store. When I go to the bigger store, I can get everything non-GMO, organic, and stuff like that. But that's a half hour away. So yeah, this is a good meal. And I'll just show you briefly my indoor system for farming to get you excited about, growing your own food and everything. And like when you see it, just remember like a lot of it's left over from the summer, and most of it's our plants and flowers. And I'm going to switch it overall to like 90+% food. And I'm just going to go through it really quick and point out the stuff. If you have any questions, just go to my playlist. It says my garden, nature, and crystal finds. And that's where you'll see all my gardening that I started in April in the spring, and then brought it indoors and everything. And you can see the setup when I set it up, and it tells you the prices, the size of the racks, the lights, and all that kind of stuff if you want to deal with that. Don't ask me under this video if you see it. Just go under there and look for that. And I'll show you that briefly. What I can tell you is the tomato plants, when you see them, I bought non-GMO organic Roma tomatoes. I ate them, and I used the seeds, and I started them on the ground. I live in a second floor apartment, so I started them in my balcony and then down on the ground. I also bought the same one, Roma non-GMO organic tomato seeds. They grew side by side, identical. They fruited identical. So you can do that. Grab it from the store, non-GMO organic, eat it, plant the seeds. Matter of fact, after I ate the tomatoes that I grew, and then I ate them, here's their seeds. So I'm going to plant them. And you're going to see them real quickly, what I have growing that I just did with those seeds. Excuse me, And when you see the red bell pepper plants, same thing. I bought it from the store, non-GMO organic. I cut them, I ate them, I used the seeds, and wait till you see those plants. They are absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I think that's about it. So let me show you that real quickly to excite you, to show you the racks. I got 3 of them. You can get 3, you can get more, you can get only 1 and do whatever you need. It's real easy. It's been about a month and a half that I've had them going, and everything's growing beautiful. Flowers, plants, and the veggies and the food. All right, so there's peppers that are growing. Now, if you didn't know this, like I didn't know this, when you get a pepper, like you can have it ripe as green and eat it, or you let it go and it can turn to orange, red, and even yellow sometimes. I love them red. They're supposed to be the most nutritious when they're red. I like the taste of the red, yellow, and orange better than the green. So real briefly, I got I'll try to show you, but there's like 20 cucumbers all through here. So I got cucumbers, watermelon in the back, dill over there. I'm trying to grow grapefruit from the store-bought, but it hasn't done anything yet, and I replanted a couple more, so I don't know if it's going to work. But as you can see, my shells right now overgrown from the summer, that late bloomed, that haven't, they keep blooming and staying healthy, so I'm not just going to, throw them out and kill them. I love them anyway. And then these look like a wreck to you up here. They are. They're zinnia because the white flies, they're just devastated. But I just want to show you this rack and how much you can fit on there. And again, right here is basically all plants. It's just the bottom. That's some food. And here's mostly food. So leftover tomato plants that I already harvested that I reclipped. These tomato plants are like 7 months old, 8 months old. I reclipped them and they started to grow again. But the white flies love zinnia and they love tomatoes. And I use neem and stuff, but it's just not that effective. So briefly, you can see here they start growing again, but the white flies are horrendous. Now I can't show you everything in here, but I want to do it quickly just to excite you. Like here's inspire you. Here's some not tomatoes, peppers. There's a whole bunch on this plant here. I think there's 8 or 9, and you can see sort of. I'll point them out. And there's a lot more flowers still growing on there, as you can see here and over there. And then there's like a big guy in there somewhere. Here's another little guy right there. And this big guy right here. So far, I think I counted like 12 with the possibility of maybe 20. A lot of the flowers died and don't look like they're going to do peppers. This one's going to do a pepper. You can tell it starts rounding. I'm going to show you one just to show it like this right here. That's a pepper that's grown, but some of them didn't. So I have the potential of 20 plus still, but I was excited at first because it looked like about 40. And here's the new tomato that's growing and leafing or flowering, which is good. The old pepper that gave me about 7 really good peppers. Then I trimmed it and it's flowered, but then they fell off as small peppers and they fell off and died. So I clipped it again and it's growing again. So it may be exhausted, I don't know. Real briefly, here's some of the basil, blueberry, finally. My blueberries flowering. They haven't really grown. It looked like they were dying, but they started to bud the little flowers. There's raspberries in the back, which is regrowing because of spider mites, and the neem oil I went a little too heavy. Anyway, I'm not going to try to talk about too much of that because I want to get through this video. Celery, social garlic. Just again, this is 2 racks in here because of the size of the plants. They were already started before I bought the racks. Remember, they were continuously growing through summertime. So I started some more cucumbers, different variety, about 3-4 days ago. They're already coming up, and some lettuces. This is mostly plants. I must have dropped a pepper seed over there. There's some more peppers over there. There's a ton of strawberry plants, just to show you real quick. These were way smaller. They said a medium strawberry, but these things are tiny. Like, they'll be about maybe 2.5 times the size of that. So they're small, but there's a whole bunch on both of those plants starting. And then I saw this guy starting to flower too. So there's strawberries, wild mint for about 3 years. I've had that growing. I got it out in the wild. It's awesome. It's spearmint. Here's all my herbs. Restarted some lettuce, and then some more lettuce right in here, and some carrots over there. So you can see what I got, and it's not everything I want. I want potatoes, and there's some more cucumbers going over there. So you can do whatever you want. I just wanted to show you this briefly, the system and the size, and you can grow whatever you want and whatever you need, and cut your costs and supermarket trips tremendously once everything gets going. That's what's cool about this. So I used one lettuce already the last couple of days, so that's gone. And then I got those 2 that I just showed you were romaines, red romaines. So yeah, I hope you get inspired by that. It's simple, it's cost effective, it's fun, and it adds beauty to your room and your house and the smell of the flowers and everything. It's really awesome. So yeah, I'm not gonna go ahead and taste this right now. I gotta clean up and do a couple things, and then I'm probably gonna add that. I'll leave in the description how good it is. But like I said, I've eaten this before. The only new thing is the blueberries over strawberries or citrus, and then that pot sticker sauce that I tasted already. So yeah, it's good. All right, nice fresh meal. More alkaline. The more raw and the more plant material, the more alkaline you have for your body. If you don't know what alkaline means over acidic you get unhealthy and you get dead eventually faster. Illnesses, diseases, all that. Alkalinity, it's like a pool. You want your pH of the pool 7.0 to 8.0. In that range, you have a crystal clear pool. Your normal blood is 7.45 at its homeostasis level, which is basically a fancy word for balance. So 7.45 of your blood. As it travels around to your different organs and from your heart center and all out, it could vary by a couple points in degrees. But if it goes below 7, you're going to be acidic. The lower it goes, the more diseases and stuff you'll have. Cancer, stuff like that. So that's what alkalinity is. So lots of water, fresh raw veggies and fruits. Limit cooking food, limit processed food. I wouldn't recommend processed food that much. Once in a while, I do have a soup from a can or something like that. And treat your body like a pool or a hot tub. You want the 7.0 to 8.0. You don't want to go super duper. Like, I have a 9 and 11.0 pH drink that I bought fancy water. You waste your money, and it's not even good. You don't want to go far past one side of the scale or the other. You want to be 7.0 to 8.0, and your body will start running optimal. I would suggest plant-based smoothies and ices or juices and plant-based protein. I'm a vegan. I eat one meal a day. And tons and tons of water. Don't drink coffees. Don't drink anything like that. It's either water or water with some kind of, fruit or veggie mixes that are already pre-made, that are raw, or you make them yourself in a juice and a smoothie, stuff like that. All right. So, and always try to only buy anything that can truly be recycled. Research it. Go not just your place that you recycle at. But research, is it really, really going to be recycled or not? Because you'll find out a lot of it is not. All right? So vegan, lots of water, alkalinity over acidity. Grow your own food. Have fun doing it. And recycle as best you can. All right? Lots of love to you all. Love you guys back home. Bye-bye.